Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the incredible story of a man who went from being a traditional tech CEO to becoming one of the biggest evangelists of Bitcoin in the world. I'm talking about Michael Saylor, the visionary entrepreneur who turned his company, MicroStrategy, into a Bitcoin powerhouse. His bold strategy shocked the business world, and ultimately it paid off in a way that few could have imagined. Let's explore who Michael Saylor is, how he discovered Bitcoin, and how his decisions reshaped the future of his company and possibly even the financial world. Michael Saylor was born in 1965 and raised in a military family. He moved around a lot as a child, eventually graduating from the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, with degrees in aeronautics and science, technology, and society. Pretty impressive, right? In 1989, he co-founded a company called MicroStrategy, a firm that specialized in business intelligence and data analytics software. It quickly became one of the leaders in that space, offering solutions to major corporations and governments worldwide. For years, Saylor ran MicroStrategy like a typical tech company. But behind the scenes, he was always a thinker, a deep thinker. He had an analytical mind, a curiosity about technology, and a hunger to understand the deeper mechanics of money and value. Then came 2020, a year we all remember: global uncertainty, massive market disruptions, and unprecedented monetary policies. With interest rates near zero and inflation fears rising, Saylor faced a serious problem. MicroStrategy was sitting on over $500 million in cash reserves, and that cash was slowly losing value. So what did he do? Well, most CEOs would have looked into bonds or stock buybacks. But Michael Saylor looked into something entirely different: Bitcoin. He started researching Bitcoin deeply, reading books, watching videos, and speaking with crypto experts. And then, in August 2020, he made a bold move. MicroStrategy bought $250 million worth of Bitcoin. That made them the first publicly traded company in the US to adopt Bitcoin as a primary treasury reserve asset. But that was just the beginning. After that first purchase, Saylor kept going. MicroStrategy kept buying more Bitcoin again and again. He raised capital through debt offerings, issuing corporate bonds and convertible notes to acquire even more BTC. By the end of 2021, MicroStrategy held over 120,000 Bitcoins, worth several billion dollars. This wasn't just a hedge against inflation anymore. Saylor was making a statement. To him, Bitcoin wasn't just an asset. It was digital gold, a revolutionary monetary network, and the most reliable store of value ever created. Now imagine how the public reacted. Some praised him as a genius. Others called him reckless. But love him or hate him, Michael Saylor was suddenly everywhere: podcasts, interviews, financial news. He even became something of a spiritual leader in the Bitcoin community, often delivering philosophical insights on money, freedom, and technology. So how did all of this impact MicroStrategy? Well, their stock price saw explosive growth, at one point rising over 700% from pre-Bitcoin levels. Investors flooded in, wanting exposure to Bitcoin through a regulated company. MicroStrategy became more than a software firm. It became a Bitcoin proxy on Wall Street. And while the crypto market is famously volatile, Saylor stayed firm. Even during major price corrections, he never sold a single Bitcoin. In fact, he kept buying more, especially during the dip. In August 2022, Saylor stepped down as CEO of MicroStrategy to focus entirely on Bitcoin strategy as executive chairman. But make no mistake, he's still the driving force behind the company's bold crypto vision. He spends much of his time educating the public about Bitcoin, publishing articles, speaking at global conferences, and helping other companies understand how they too can adopt this technology. To him, Bitcoin represents freedom, truth, and a chance to fix the money. And even though the price fluctuates, Saylor's conviction hasn't wavered. His belief is long-term, measured not in months or years, but in decades. So why does all of this matter? Michael Saylor showed the world that Bitcoin isn't just for tech nerds or retail investors. It can be a serious corporate strategy, a hedge, a tool for growth, and a symbol of innovation. He paved the way for companies like Tesla and Block to explore crypto. And he continues to push boundaries with a level of clarity and purpose that's truly rare in the corporate world. Whether or not you agree with his approach, it's hard to deny the impact. Michael Saylor took a huge risk, betting his company's future on a decentralized currency born out of the 2008 financial crisis. And while the journey hasn't been easy, his story is a powerful reminder of what can happen when vision meets conviction. He didn't just invest in Bitcoin, he believed in it. And through that belief, he transformed himself and his company. So, what do you think? Was Saylor ahead of his time? Or did he gamble too much on a volatile dream? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story like this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Jasmine, and I'll see you in the next video.